going on with the Spurs organization and Kawhi Leonard? What is going on, y'all? Fox Sports Talk back at it with another video talking, of course, some NBA here to talk about the underlying story that's been there all season long between the Spurs and Kawhi Leonard, and fans like myself have been wondering, is Kawhi coming back? What's wrong with Kawhi? Is he not happy with the Spurs? Are the Spurs not happy with Kawhi? And what is going on? And now we get some more news in regards to the situation, as Adrian Wojnarowski of ESPN comes out and he reports that the Spurs held a players-only team meeting with Kawhi Leonard, kind of imploring him to return from his quad injury. And basically, Kawhi Leonard stated to them that, you know, he has good reason for sitting out. Kawhi's played just about 9 games this season, so he's missed the better part of the year, if not all of it, besides those 9 games. And so with Kawhi, he, of course, if you guys don't know, was not happy with the treatment that the Spurs team doctors gave to him, and he ended up re-aggravating that quad injury after he first injured it, and then he had some independent doctors tell him that he needs to sit out and whatnot. And I'm guessing this is all, again, speculation. He is taking the advice of those individual doctors, not the team doctors. And so here is where we are with Kawhi Leonard, and basically it's gotten to the point now where the players are tired of it. Manu Ginobili has come out and said that he doesn't think Kawhi Leonard's coming back, and that he doesn't want to fall for it again, and at this point they should be focused on thinking that they are not going to get Kawhi back. So what the heck is going on with the Spurs? Is Kawhi Leonard really done for the season? Is he holding out for a certain reason besides the injury? What's the purpose behind all where this? I stand on this, and before I get into detail here, I do want to point out Danny Green did reply to Woj's tweet and said this is completely inaccurate. So you can throw everything out at that point, because Danny Green, who was probably in the players-only meeting, says nothing that Woj reported happened. But with that being said, I'm just going to still go with Woj's story, because we've known him to be more right than wrong. And so here's what I think is happening. Kawhi Leonard is clearly frustrated. That is absolutely a fact at this point. We know that. And what I think the reason for his frustration is, it partly is the Spurs, and probably, I'm sure, the team doctors. But he is thinking, and I'm sure his camp is pushing him to think long-term about his health, okay? And, of course, the reason why it's best now to think about his long-term health is because he's going to be in his contract year, in which he will be eligible for, wait for it, $200 million. The player sort of veteran, I believe, exemption, $200 extension, excuse me, that was part of the new CBA. He's going to be eligible for it. And next year is his contract year. I mean, he does have an option, player option, for the year after that, but I'm 99% sure he's going to decline it. And there are reports out there that the Spurs want to offer him that $200 million extension, but it's all well and said now. Let's say Kawhi comes back and gets hurt again, and at that point, you might be thinking, oh, was that a good idea? Remember Derrick Rose, folks. Remember Derrick Rose. The Bulls were pushing him to come back from his ACL injury. And, I mean, they actually did give him the contract beforehand, the max contract. So I guess that's a bad example. But you get my point of players getting rushed back from injuries. And so here's the key thing with Kawhi Leonard is he wants to get paid, and he knows how important this contract extension is going to be for him. And so he's going to do his due diligence to make sure that he stays healthy and he stays right. This is a man's career we're talking about here. His entire career is predicated on him staying healthy, okay? We've seen too many careers go down the drain because of injuries, and Kawhi clearly does not want to be that. Now, I don't know what exactly the doctors have said. Obviously, we don't know all of those details, but do I think there's a rift between, you know, Pop and Kawhi in general? I think it's a little blown over. I don't think it's to that level. Clearly, everybody wants Kawhi back because he's their best player, but at this point, I think there is more of a rift between Kawhi and LMA, and they're themselves coexisting, because ever since LaMarcus Aldridge came to the Spurs, I mean, they've had to clearly change and revamp their entire system. They are not the same ball movement type of Spurs we have seen in years past. It's a lot of throw the ball into the post to LMA, and we're kind of creating the offense from there. So LaMarcus Aldridge has also come out and said that he wants to be the lead dog, and he's had a chance to be the lead dog now with Kawhi out. But I think what we will see down the line is it could be kind of like a Westbrook Durant thing. Do I think Kawhi leaves? No, I think the Spurs realize that Kawhi is the guy to keep, not LMA. But LMA is obviously under contract for many years now. So either LMA gets traded or Kawhi decides to leave. So I do think will see a chance that one of those things happens. But overall, I do think Kawhi Leonard does stay with the Spurs unless obviously the situation gets even worse. I think the whole situation this season is just getting blown over because he's just trying to secure the bag, if you will. He's just trying to protect his money, and that's it. So I don't have any gripes with it. Do I think I want Kawhi Leonard to be a little bit more transparent? Sure, that would be nice, but at this point, folks, he's just maintaining and protecting his assets. He does not want to get hurt and re-aggravate that injury. It's pretty much a lost season for the Spurs anyways. I mean, they might make the playoffs, but they're not going to go very far. And at this point, Kawhi Leonard having only played 9 games, do you think he can really come up to speed in the last 20, 15 games or so? I don't think so. So overall, I don't think Kawhi Leonard's coming back, so I'm with Manu on that one. I think Kawhi's got a good reason to hold out because of that money. And overall, I do think down the line we might see LMA or Kawhi parting ways, though I'm picking Kawhi to stay with the Spurs and LMA being the one odd man out. So with that being said, those are my thoughts. Leave a comment down below if you agree or disagree. Follow me on my social media. Hit me up on Twitter and Instagram, and links down below for that. Make sure to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.